What is happening, everybody? It's Troy here. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys for tuning in. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a bloom and spike tour, an update of my cool to intermediate grow space. But first, before we get into the video, if you all could like, comment, share, subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. And with that, guys, I'm going to turn to my right, and we're going to start with a Miltonioopsis. I have one that I'm very excited about. So I don't have any of them blooming yet. I actually don't have any spikes other than a new acquisition. So I, about 3 years ago, purchased Miltonioopsis Arthur Cobbledick Springtime. And I just love how beautiful it has, a yellow bloom with some red tones throughout it. It's a fantastic looking Miltonioopsis. So I was growing that for almost 3 years for it to bloom this year, a Hair Alexander, which I already have. So I made one big community pot of Hair Alexander, and then I got online to find this plant, and I found it from a new vendor, somebody I'd never used before, called Kyle's Orchids, and I found him on Etsy, and he had in spike an Arthur Cobbledick. So I went ahead and bought it. What he did not tell me is there were 3 spikes. So this one got mangled in the mail. It's fine because I have this one progressing. And then if that fails, there's another one. All I want is for this to open a Miltonopsis Arthur Cobbledick. So hopefully that will happen for us in the near future. And then let's shimmy across the living room. Go right over here. See what I have going on. Nothing for the Rapiculous Leas, but I have a lot of things growing finally, which is awesome because a lot of these Cattleyas and Lalias that are over here are Brazilian imports. So they have taken a while to even get them to start growing new growth. So it would be probably a while before I realistically get to see them bloom. And I'm okay with that just because having them in my collection is amazing. The fact that we live in a world where we can just get online and order plants from Brazil, I think that's wonderful. All of these zygos up here are growing, getting acclimated to their new setup in leca and self-watering, which I am still getting acclimated to, I'm not going to lie, or try to exaggerate that in the slightest. It is, for some plants, easy. They go right into it. They love their new media and they grow really well. And for others, they're not a big fan of it. So as time goes, I'm sure I will get more and more comfortable with it and it won't be a problem. Dendrobium Norita chip has been blooming. I'm not even kidding you guys. It's probably been every bit of the whole entire year. As soon as you cut some of her fading blooms, another spike just comes right behind it. She has a new growth, so I'm expecting that is going to put out a spike. So this orchid is still in sphagnum moss and terracotta. That's my original setup, guys, from when I first started. I didn't always use terracotta, but I did use a solid 100% sphagnum moss setup. And she's still in that because she's never not blooming for me to be able to repot her. Nonetheless, she's growing fine in it. She doesn't seem to have any complaints and she blooms like the dickens. So I'm very, very, very happy with this Dendrobium. She came to me early on in my orchid journey from Hawaii. She came from Carmela's Orchids in a volume box. And I'm so happy is this is not an orchid that I would have ever chosen for myself. However, I'm very, very happy Sheldon chose it for me because the color on it is great. I love these blooms. They're white, you've got some lavender, some yellow undertones throughout the lips, and she has a nice creamy, powdery, delicious fragrance. Usually comes in the morning time when the sun's hitting this side of the house. Right next to her, oh, this is very exciting. This was a bare root import 2 years ago, and last year she put a sheath out. Nothing ever happened. The sheath died off. This year, she put a sheath out, and I don't know if you all can see, there's something dark in there progressing. This is Cattleya Forbesii. So I have been waiting forever to see this orchid in real life. Every time I go to an orchid show, I look everywhere to see if I can see what this bloom is going to look like in real life. And so far, I've only ever gotten to see videos of it or pictures of it. So I'm super, super, super excited. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, guys. Tetragonum's not blooming, but is putting out a new growth. Very excited about that. I left the spike on my Phalaenopsis soft cloud, and now she has just opened up a bloom for us, and we got 2 more hopefully to come. None of my Cymbidiums or anyone are doing anything. Down here, Miltonioopsis section, we are getting ready to have a lovely show from Princess Di. This is Princess Diana. Look at those flowers, guys. So there were going to be 4 buds on this spike. I don't know if you guys can see. The other ones just like stopped developing or dried up. Couldn't tell you. But there is a second spike. And then right behind that is our 3rd spike. Can you guys see right there? So that will be a fantastic show. This is the Hair Alexander community pot. I think I've only got like maybe 1 other orchid that's in a community pot, and it's some Aritas that I have. Over here, I don't know if we are going to see Miltonopsis red tide. Her sheath got stuck, and then when I tried to fix it, there's no we. When I tried to fix it, it got a crack right back here. So it is just hanging on by a thread. However, it is still progressing. I might get some garden tape and just wrap that well. I'm trying to leave it alone. I don't want to make it worse. It seems like it's propped itself in the leaf groove. So maybe that'll be enough to stabilize it so she can actually open for us. I don't know. We will have to see what the future holds for her. And then this Miltonopsis grows and grows and grows, never blooms. So hopefully this will be the year. Now, mind you, last year she did go into Lecca and self-watering, and she has just now started throwing a fit about it, and I'm starting to wonder if that was from my recent little mishap with my pHing of my CalMag and my Epsom salt supplements. So I'm wondering if that had this effect that I'm noticing. Only time will tell. Hopefully we can get all of that squared back around, because those leaves are driving me insane. For me personally, Miltonopsis are one of the easiest genuses to grow. And so for mine to look subpar like that is really just driving me up a wall. So I will figure it out. Lecca and self-watering is still a new adventure. And like I said, some orchids go right into it. Even some houseplants, they go right into it, and it's fantastic. They take to it instantly. And then others, it's like they need an adjustment period. And I think that that's totally acceptable, and that it's not unreasonable for these plants to have an adjustment period. Over here, a birthday orchid. I think I got this my birthday of 2023. So September 7th, 2023. And she didn't bloom for me last year, but hopefully, if all goes well, that bud will progress into a nice, beautiful bloom, and we will get to see her. Sorry, didn't mean to have you all staring at my floor. Up here on the Dracula shelf, Rio Machangara is hopefully going to open for us soon. Oh, I'm dying to see this orchid. Last year, she tried to bloom for the first time ever. It was a disaster. Like, her blooms looked ridiculous. I didn't make a video about it. However, hopefully, if all goes well, this one I will make a nice little short so we can see those blooms up close. And then right behind her, my Xanthia, she bloomed for the second time. I know these orchids look bad. It's just how it is with Draculas in cultivation, especially when you feed them, they get these little black tips. And for whatever reason, I'm okay with that on a Dracula, but I am not okay with that on a Miltonopsis. Figure that one out. Up here, this Slogyny Cormbosa. I love the blooms are fading. We might not be able to see it. Yes, we can. Look at that, guys. It's like there's two hearts, double hearts right there on that lip. She is fantastic. She's been open for a couple weeks. I wish she would stay longer, but that's okay. I really just love how like crystalline white this is, and that lip just sells me. I saw a picture of it on Andy's website and I was like, I have to have this Slogyny. And it's a miniature. It's a Himalayan miniature, so it's not going to get too much bigger than that in height. I imagine though it's going to fill out really well. So we will see how that goes for us in the future, if she fills out the way I think she is, or if she's going to get bigger in height and all that. Who knows? Zygonesia, Cynosure. This is the bluebirds. She is putting out a spike. I love this orchid. She always blooms, it seems. I think I get about 3 bloomings a year out of her. 2 or 3 bloomings. I think, that's reasonable. And then Anthera Gold is still got some blooms. They're quickly fading, along with Banana Fandango. This one's still going. All the rest are pretty much spent. Onolicious is putting out some buds for us, and hopefully they will be opening soon. I just switched her into Lekka and self-watering this year. She seems to actually be enjoying it. So I think she's going to be an easy plant to transition into this setup. Over here, my first Pleurothallus. This is Cypripedioides. And we have more spikes coming and more blooms coming. But I can't help myself. You guys have to see it. I think this is just so cool. Dendrobium Sorala is in bloom, and I just noticed there's some more buds coming out. And down here, I hear my knees pop again. We have the Masdevallia Wiebhauseri. Cool little blooms. This was a bare root division that I picked up from Equihendra at the Kentucky Orchid Show. And then Chasey has a bloom. And this is a nice little primary hybrid called Elia Lynn. And she's put out a bloom, and I'm pretty sure she has more blooms coming as well. Everybody tucked back in there. Turn back around. My poor pothos, guys, needed a repot. I did a repot, and now she is just dropping all of her leaves. So I might have to cut this poor thing back and let her just regain her strength and energy. But over here is the Rhine Moonlight Peloric. This is her second bloom. She already bloomed once this year. I didn't do a video on it just because her blooms were straight up in the air. Maybe I did do a video on it. I can't remember. But this one, she opened more frontward facing, so we can actually enjoy the bloom. She has a lovely fragrance, sweet and spicy, and it's just for a couple hours in the morning when the morning sun hits over here in this area. This fowl is my bronze Buddha. This is a rescue fowl. Sorry, I'm trying to get in close. Well, that didn't work. There we go. She was a little rescue fowl, but she does nothing but bloom her head off. I don't know if it's because she thinks she's dying or she's actually happy in her lava rock setup and just wants to bloom. But as long as it doesn't pull too much energy from her, see, She's slightly dehydrated, but I've been soaking her 2 or 3 times a week. She's in lava rock in this clay pot. I like to do this when I'm trying to rescue an orchid because it dries quickly and then I can soak them again and just keep soaking them. So I'll soak her for 6 hours, and I think I've been doing that on like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, something like that. So we're going to keep on keeping on because I know she looks rough right now, but she's actually making great progress. So I'm just going to keep on doing this setup for her. And then I don't really have many African violets blooming right now, but they are still there. Of course, Stella, always by my side. Go over here. My Nepenthes are doing fantastic. It's so hard to believe that they were all just so small a couple years ago, and this is what they're developing into. And then let's see, what do I have? Anybody? Yes. I have blooms getting ready to go out on my Zygopetalum Aladdin. So it smells like a hyacinth factory when this orchid has the sun hit her in the morning time. Absolutely delicious. But her blooms are going out, so we will have to wait for her next show, which will probably be this fall. Lycasty has just woken up and is back in action. And with that, I need to get some more beneficial mites because she attracts spider mites. And if I don't get some beneficial mites on her soon, we're going to have a spider mite outbreak. I promise you that. Her and my Catasetina have to treat them early on, or otherwise we will be in for a long summer with spider mite problems. So that is all I really have going on in this section down here. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me and seeing the collection, and hopefully we will have some more Miltonioopsis blooming here in the near future, and hopefully we'll have some more blooms, period. And then I can get some more content out for you guys. So if you all could give me a like, comment, share, subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I appreciate you guys for being here with me and hanging out with me today. And y'all take care, guys.